6B. Speaking. A.
Which forms of exercise do you enjoy doing, and which do you dislike? Why?
I enjoy forms of exercise that take place outdoors, such as running, cycling, and swimming. I especially enjoy it if I am close to nature. I don't particularly enjoy working out indoors. I find places like gyms terribly uninviting because they are usually crowded, and also the air is usually stale and stuffy because ventilation is poor. I consider it terribly unhealthy to work out in places such as this. Do you enjoy exercising alone or with other people?
I mostly prefer exercising alone because it helps me detach from reality and concentrate on the task at hand. Nevertheless, I believe that working out with other people who are, to a certain extent, like-minded and have similar interests as oneself provides one with an excellent opportunity to socialize and make new friends and acquaintances. If you were to take up one of the following forms of exercise, which would you choose? Why?
I would definitely take up swimming because I'm in my element when surrounded by water. Swimming is an ideal way not only to keep fit, but also to let off steam and relax.
B. Speaking. B1.
Well, let me give you some information about the two options I have for a new activity. The first one is aquacycling. A major advantage is the water element, which prevents exercise-related injuries in general, as well as any sore muscles people usually get after doing a hard workout. So it is appropriate even for those who are recovering from leg injuries. The pool we have fits 10 bikes, so there can only be up to 10 people per class. Now, we will have to invest in this as we'll need to buy the hydro bikes. They'll cost us about $1,000, which may sound like a lot, but there aren't any other gyms nearby that provide aquacycling, so it's a smart investment. The one difficulty that I can think of is that because the pool is outdoors, our classes will depend on the weather. If it rains, we'll have to cancel them. Plus, we won't be able to use the pool in winter because of the cold.
B2.
The second option is wall climbing. Now this is a fun activity. However, it has the disadvantage of being unsuitable for those who are afraid of heights. So if that is not an issue, basically anyone could take part, and I'm sure this activity will draw huge crowds of children. So, we could have separate sessions for adults and children, with 20 participating at a time. Now something important. Just as you work in pairs in real rock climbing, here too you form a team with your climbing partner, so you end up building a trusting relationship with that person. And talking about the real thing, climbs can be organized in collaboration with the rock climbing club that's in the area. Of course, the cost of setting the whole thing up will have to be taken into account. Purchasing the climbing wall and equipment should come to around $15,000.
B2.
The second option is wall climbing. Now this is a fun activity. However, it has the disadvantage of being unsuitable for those who are afraid of heights. So if that is not an issue, basically anyone could take part, and I'm sure this activity will draw huge crowds of children. So, we could have separate sessions for adults and children, with 20 participating at a time. Now something important. Just as you work in pairs in real rock climbing, Here, too, you form a team with your climbing partner, so you end up building a trusting relationship with that person. And talking about the real thing, climbs can be organized in collaboration with the rock climbing club that's in the area. Of course, the cost of setting the whole thing up will have to be taken into account. Purchasing the climbing wall and equipment should come to around $15,000. The first option that I have for a new activity for the sports center is the trampoline workout. A major advantage of the trampoline workout is the fun factor involved. There is no doubt that it is more entertaining than other forms of exercise. Because of its popularity among teenagers and young adults, this activity is bound to expand our clientele by attracting more young people to the sports center. Be that as it may, we only have space for 15 trampolines, so we will only be able to accommodate 15 people per class. It will cost us $1,100 to purchase the trampolines, which may sound like a lot, but I'm sure that the investment will soon pay off as it will attract a lot of new gym members. All gym members, new and old, will be able to enjoy working out on the trampolines at no extra charge, as this service will be included in their gym membership. This will increase the number of activities offered by the gym and boost our business. On the downside, I'd say that working out on a trampoline is limited in scope as there is only so much that you can do on it. It is thus inevitable that some people may find it somehow boring or repetitive after a while. The second option is aerial yoga. Yoga is beneficial to one's health because it relieves stress and calms the mind. Small wonder then that it has such a huge fan club. Adding it to the existing selection of activities on offer is therefore bound to increase enrollment at our gym. The investment required for the provision of this activity is estimated at around $2,600. That's how much 20 hammocks cost. So, we will have only 20 people participating in each aerial yoga session. Another benefit of offering aerial yoga classes is that we will feature in the local aerial arts magazine, and this publicity will be great for business. Of course, it has to be pointed out that this activity is for people who have a clean bill of health. So people with health problems such as vertigo, heart disease, and high or low blood pressure will unfortunately not be able to participate.